everyone, I hope you're excited about today's project because, oh sorry, do I have to do the intro every time? Okay. No. Hi, it's Elizabeth with Team Epic Reads, and today's episode of DIYA I am very, very excited about because we're going to be doing a project based on my favorite YA book of all time, Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. Now, if you haven't read Tiger Lily yet, you need to just stop what you're doing and go do that. Probably want to do it by yourself because you will cry and you will probably ugly cry, but it's so worth it, I promise. It's amazing. Tiger Lily is the prequel to Peter Pan, and it is narrated by Tinkerbell, who is pretty much my favorite character of ever in anything. That said, I wanted to do a project inspired by Tinkerbell, so we're going to be making a fairy dust jar. Today's episode, you need a hot glue gun, a mason jar. I'm gonna go with 3 mason jars because I wanna do a bunch of colors so that I can match all the pretty colors from the cover. A cup of hot water. You need a couple of different types of glitter glue. I chose colors that would match the cover, so I went with golds and reds and oranges, and you can get that at any craft store. You also need some extra fine glitter, so don't get the really, really big flakes. You want the teeny tiny ones that look like fairy dust. Some food coloring as well. That's really only if you want to bring out a little bit more vibrant color in your jars. You don't have to, but I think it'll look really, really pretty. And you need some regular clear glue as well. And lastly, something to stir your jars with. Okay, so for our first step today, we're just gonna pour some of our hot water into our jar. And I'm gonna go about halfway up to about 3/4. Then you're gonna mix in your glitter glue with a little bit of clear glue as well. So just take your glitter glue and just dump it right in there. It's gonna look a little funny, but we're gonna mix this all up. And you want it to end up being about 2 tablespoons worth, but it doesn't have to be exact. I'm gonna mix in a little bit of the clear glue as well, and this is just gonna help it get it to the right consistency. You want the glitter glue to start to dissolve in the warm water. And don't worry if it doesn't happen right away. You might have to shake it up a little bit. Just keep stirring and we'll get there. So you know you're finished when it looks like you have glitter floating in water and you're not seeing those chunks of the glitter glue anymore. Just like this. I want this to be really vibrant orange, so I'm gonna add a couple of drops of food coloring. Now I'm gonna mix it up some more. Ooh, it's already looking so pretty and glittery. I love it. The next step is to add your fairy dust, which is the really fine glitter. I'm gonna use 2 colors of orange. One is a little bit more gold and one's a little bit more on the orange side. You know, be generous with this. Feel free to just dump that glitter right in there. You wanna use a lot because we wanna have a really, really sparkly effect. So I'm gonna do about half of that one and about half of this one. Okay, so now that you've poured in about a full jar of glitter between the 2, I'm gonna mix this up. It may take a couple minutes to stir because you wanna get all that glitter dissolved. Once it looks like all the glitter is pretty much dissolved, we are just gonna use our last little bit of water to fill it to the top of the jar. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water here. But I don't wanna go too high because I don't want spills. As much as I love glitter, probably don't want this to go everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more stir. Perfect. Now that we're all finished stirring, it should look like a beautiful glittery blob in here. We're gonna let this settle for a little bit, but what I'm gonna do to avoid spills even more is I'm going to glue the top of the mason jar onto the jar, just to make sure that when you shake this up, you have nothing to worry about. So I'm just gonna put a ring of hot glue inside my mason jar. This is just an added precaution. You don't have to do this step, but I recommend it. I'm just gonna put that on here. We're gonna make sure to get it really, really tight. Okay, now that we have our 3 fairy dust jars all ready and the glitter is starting to settle, I'm gonna shake these up and we're just gonna watch the fairy magic. Look how pretty! It's so sparkly. It's kind of mesmerizing.